homesteading to prepping to common horse sense, we are College Hill Farm. Welcome back to College Hill Farm. Well, today it's time to do something that we practice called succession planting. Now, when you plant cucumbers and squash, the squash vine borer loves to kill summer squash and zucchini. They just do, that's what they do. As a squash grows, the squash vine borer is a moth, a fly looking creature. It's a little black looking thing. If I can find a picture, I'll put it up there. But it gets on the stalk down close to the base and lays eggs, and then those eggs bore in and eat. They become larvae like flies and all other insects. They become larvae, maggots if you want to call them that, and they dig into the plant and they go all through the stems. And those things, as they grow, they get all inch long and fat. They're great for catching bluegills, sun grannies, red-eared sunfish and stuff like that. So to combat the squash vine borer, what we do is we do succession planting. Now you can spray, but you're not going to be too very effective at it because they go inside and they're eating through the inside. So the squash vine borer always wins. So rather than do all that spraying, we just do succession planting. Now, it's been a month since we planted our squash, and you can go back and look at that. But let me show you what month-old squash looks like. This is yellow summer squash right here. Okay, there's 3 hills of summer squash, and you can see what I've done is I've limited the hills to 2 squash plants. And back here, back on the back, let's go back there and look. This plant right here is a zucchini, and so is this one. These are zucchini. So what I plant is I plant 3 rows of summer crookneck squash, the yellow kind, and then I plant 3 hills, 6 plants. And then I plant 2 hills of zucchini, and I limit my zucchini down to 1 zucchini per hill, but I plant 4 or 5 seeds and select the best looking plant. So I'm going to get down through here and continue with our succession planting. I follow through with the same order. Now about 4 foot from the last zucchini plant, I come up and I make a hill. And I'm going to drop some summer squash. And I don't know what the variety is, okay? I don't know if summer crookneck squash has a variety. But this is the same squash that we've been growing for years because we save our own seeds. And what I did is I just threw 5 seeds down there. Now, when it comes to covering your seeds, you should cover them about as deep as the seeds are wide. You don't have to be perfect. Here is a squash seed on the tip of my finger to give you an idea. So about as wide as they are, so about a 1/2 inch, 3/8 of an inch or something. You ought to cover them. So I just pull some dirt up there. I don't want it to have a lot of big clods in it. And that's it. Then I'll come back and throw a little bit of fertilizer on that hill, and that'll be all I'll do for these. Okay, I've got 5 more hills to plant. before we go, while I was here, I wanted you to see this. This is an asparagus fern. Okay, this is our asparagus bed. It's grown up in weeds some. I don't worry too much about it. But this is an asparagus fern, and this is asparagus seed. Okay, this thing's going to make all kinds of seed, and those will drop down here and make additional asparagus crowns. Now, I will harvest some of the seed, but I won't do a whole lot. In the spring of the year, I mow this all, or in the fall of the year, I mow this all down, and these ferns come back. Next year, we'll be able to harvest asparagus here. Okay, that's how we do succession planting. Now, I've got 5 hills of cucumbers to do too, because they're up a month. But it's done exactly the same way, so there's no reason for me to show you that. Now, after this is done, when these are up a month, July the 15th, I try and pick days 15th first, if you'll notice, because my old brain ain't what it used to be. So in a month, on the 15th again, I'll plant another set just like this. And these up here will get done probably in about a month. They'll start bearing in about the next week or two, and they'll bear for about a month, just as the set I'm planting today will start to bear. These will be succumbed to the vine borer, and the other set will be coming up. Then I'll remove these, skin them, get the little vine borer larva, and go pan fishing. Then, by the time the ones I planted today succumb, the next set will be coming on, and we keep squash and zucchini all summer long. I don't plant squash and zucchini much in the late fall because they have a tendency to want to get powdery mildew, and I just soon not have to spray them. So we'll have squash all the way, fresh squash through September, and we'll put plenty in the freezer too. You know, any that we can't eat fresh, we go ahead and stick in the freezer. Now, if you like this kind of stuff, this homesteading, do-it-yourself kind of thing, be certain to come on out to the channel and subscribe. We do this homesteading, prepping, gardening, animals, all that kind of stuff every day, sometimes once a week, sometimes 5 videos a week. Just depends on what's going on in the homestead. If you hit the little bell when you come to the channel, it'll notify you when we upload a video, and we upload every Sunday. With that being said, it's time for me to get on to the next thing and plant the cucumbers.